And we're live.
Hola, Madridistas. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Be Real podcast. We have been doing this for a little over than 3.5 years, but got to be honest, we have had, fortunately, thanks to God, we have had a lot of special guests, but I think this just tops the list. This just has to be the big one, the OG, the bad man. I think it's been forever now since Omar Hamilton Troopz, broke onto the scene. A true trailblazer for guys like us who, you know, basically, paved way with his unabashed, no holds barred, agenda-less takes on the club he loves. Sometimes it might piss, fellow fans off, but that's what made me do, made Farouk do, made all of us, dream of something like this, what we have here. Thanks to Troopz, thanks to some of his peers as well in the UK scene, um, we have always had good relations all throughout this three and a half year run that we have had so far. But man, Troopz, it's so much. It's hard to put into words. This is truly special preview. Thank you so much for finding the time to jump on, big man.
I appreciate the kind words, blood. Big man thing. Big up your damn self, blood. You get me?
Big up
I
yourself as
appreciate
well.
that was a crazy intro. I'm not gonna lie, blood. I'm kind of speechless, blood. I'm not really speechless, but right now you got me on the ropes. I'm not even gonna lie.
You were speechless last Tuesday because I saw you basically living that shit up. I mean, you deserve to. You have been, through the blinder over the years. Arsenal has had their ups and downs. You were there when Henry basically did us over in 2005 as well. This is a long time coming for Arsenal, but compared to how you kind of was in the post-match reaction immediately, you were in cloud nine, rightfully so. But over the last week or so, you have come down a bit. You have come back to reality, and I've seen you, respect Madrid a lot more than Barcelona, and loudly at that. You
Yeah, man.
respected what we did,
Yeah,
especially in Europe.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Like back in the day, European football back in the day, they would only show a few Champions League games.
Yeah.
Like we never had Sky and that, and it was like channel 1 to 5. At the time, it was channel 1 to 4. Channel 5 weren't even about. So they'd always show Real Madrid games, and I'd always see Madrid in it, like all like from back in the day, like from like Fernando Hierro, Mijatovic, and then man there. You get me? So I've always like admired Madrid. You get me? And I've never really had no beef with Madrid. You get me? Like Barcelona are pussios, fam. You understand? Like man, they've been taking my players from young. They robbed man in 06. They even took the king. You get me? They even took TT himself, blood. So
how hard was it to see that?
It was painful, blood. I'm not gonna lie, fam. You understand? It rattled me, bro. Like I've always had that little tension with Barca, but Real Madrid has been more. I more respect and admire Madrid as a club. You get me? So when we got the draw, I was excited, but I was nervous as well, blood. So to see what happened on Tuesday night was madness. You get me? Because even when we played you in 06, it was kind of this same situation, in it. But we had TT. That was the difference. You understand? Like, yeah, we have Saka now, but Saka and TT there's levels to this thing, innit? You know what I mean? There's levels, blood. So I wasn't too sure that we'd be able to do what we done. You get me? But like
do you
said,
reckon without those two set piece goals, will you
Yeah.
be in such a commanding position? Do you think? I know you have had your fair say with how Arteta has handled this Arsenal team over the years. I knew, I used to see you getting ecstatic, especially with the FA Cup win and the Obama blood clot gang and all of that over the years. But his treatment of Oba and his lack of trophies over the years has definitely gotten to you, and you haven't really backed the manager. Like, that's what I believe from what I've seen over the years. But do you think you're more you've warmed up a bit more to Arteta these last 2 years? No, I don't. I just wanted to hear it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like for me, like if I don't know if it's harsh or anything, but for me, like if we don't win the Champions League,
Yeah.
then I don't. You get me?
Mhm,
I'm not too sure about him next season. Obviously, I
mhm.
know he would be there, but
Yeah.
in my opinion, I think we should be looking elsewhere because the time he's been here, the money spent, it's not enough, in it. Like one FA Cup in lockdown,
Oh
it's
yeah.
not enough. So
Mhm.
for me, he has to win it now, blood. Then if
But
he
do
wins
you?
it, he can
Yeah,
do what he wants.
100%. This will be the first major European trophy for Arsenal in modern history. Um, how big are your chances, Troops? I know. This is Madrid. This is Madrid at the Champions League, knockout phase. We have a different set of, you know, uh, weapons, especially when it comes to quarterfinals, semifinals, round of 16. Even round of 16, you can see Madrid being a bit complacent and really taking matters a bit lighter than usual. But when it comes to quarterfinals and when they are backed up into a corner, proves you as a neutral have watched us pull rabbits out of the hat time and time and time again. Does that get to you when you actually kind of play what's going to happen tomorrow in your mind?
I think if we can keep it 0-0 in the first
Hmm.
half,
Hmm.
I think then the finish line is in sight. You get me?
Hmm.
If,
Hmm.
if you score early, then it could go left. But
Hmm.
for me, we have to keep you out first half. Keep you out in the first half. Second half, you're gonna attack more. Spaces will open. We got pace on the break. We can nick a goal. The game's done.
Hmm.
You get me?
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
do think we lose on the night, but I do think we
Hmm.
go because I think that we
Of
score and we don't concede more than 2 goals. It's been a long
last
time.
time, last time you did was like what 80 plus games ago, 83 games ago. It's
Mm.
forever
It's,
ago.
it's a long time. But even though Kiwi was in there now, we did manage
Yeah.
to still get the clean sheet in
Hmm.
the first
Hmm.
leg. So we
Hmm.
take that confidence there to the Bernabeu.
Did you see a complete contrast to how the media builds up Madrid? I know the public sentiment, especially in the UK, is basically referring Madrid to the Galacticos, and when you look at the lineup on paper, it is supposed to be super imposing, right? Even before a ball is kicked, you're supposed to be intimidated, but I'm pretty sure a lot of the Arsenal fans, especially with the way Madrid reacted after they went 2-0 down, they found it surprising.
Yeah, we did expect more,
Hmm.
but I think you lot were just shocked as much as us.
That's the
I,
truth of the
I,
matter.
I think that the run of form you're in right now,
Hmm.
the I think Ancelotti could be leaving end of the season. I don't think
Yeah.
Madrid is like I don't think Madrid is a happy place right now. The
No.
the, the
No.
fans the fans are onto Ancelotti. So I think now's a good time to play Madrid. It's not that you're not like you're still Madrid in it. You're still like the best team in Europe. You're still the biggest club in Europe. You're still the Champions League holders most times and all of that. But this seems like the last will is hanging
Hmm.
on the Ancelotti era, and
Hmm.
maybe we're the club to come in now and just tech you off that tech out, get me out the car, blood. You understand? Because it's just rolling on one wheel right now. You get me? It's one wheel right now. You get me? Like it's looking like Barca are gonna win La Liga, the Copa del Rey. You don't even want to buck
Yeah.
them in the final because you get me. It's like
Yeah.
10. It's like 10-2 on aggregate right now. So literally, we both
Hmm.
just have the Champions League this season. That
Hmm.
game on
Yeah.
Wednesday, I think is
Yeah.
as big for both clubs, as
El
important.
Saqueco, in a way.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Because if we were to lose, you better leave Arteta in fucking Madrid, mate.
See, let me ask you this, Troops.
I
Um,
give me 1 sec. I just got to do something. Yeah, I'm literally gonna be
okay,
back
okay.
in 1 minute. Give me
No
one
worries, no
minute.
worries, no worries, no worries. Um, but yeah, Farouk, you heard the optimism from Troops, right? How much do you think that has calmed down a bit, especially with Bernabeu looming in less than 24 hours? I mean, a bit more than 24 hours. Do you think there'll be any shift in Arsenal's approach to this game compared to last week?
I don't think they will be, because I feel like they've smelled blood, and they will feel like, there's still a lot
Mm.
to be, like as he said, like, like they were
Yeah.
surprised by what happened at the Emirates last week. They were like surprised by the lack of effort from Real Madrid, you understand? So they would feel like, wow, like this team is actually not invincible, And I know like a lot of people in England doesn't watch, Real Madrid and Spanish league that much, so like they might not have been aware of what to expect. Just be like, okay, it's Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius, Rodrigo, Bellingham. Like
Yeah.
these guys are literally, four of the 10 best players in the world. So like you're actually gonna be scared to, scared and stuff like that. But then they went to the game and they were like, oh, these guys are mere mortals. These guys could not actually, lay a glove on them. These guys could not even successfully, complete passes among themselves. So I do think, considering this, I think, Arteta we want more of the same, at least in the first instances of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, when the game gets after 30 minutes, after 40 minutes, it's like, okay, yeah, Arsenal now can smell the finish line. Arsenal can see the finish line. Then bit by bit, of course, like, gamesmanship, game management comes into the game, trying to hold the ball, winning fouls, like trying to, maybe go even sitting deeper, like 2 blocks of 5 or something like that. I know it's, as the game goes on, I think like the game is going to evolve, and it's going to be like, okay, yeah, like now let's just, keep what we have. But honestly, I do think it would be a mistake if Arsenal goes from the very first minute of kickoff into a block of 2-5s. I think that could actually be a detriment to them.
It's a dangerous game to play, though, because we've all been there. We have seen top sides with a lead to protect, basically, choose, the pragmatic way, which is safer in every sense of the word, but it can backfire, especially in a stadium like Bernabeu, where the crowd is right on top of you, and Madrid has we have an assignment. We have an assignment to absolutely deliver.
Actually, one more thing that's important actually is about the fact of the experience that comes in. So imagine if Arsenal goes into a low block of 2 lines of 5, and in the first 30 minutes you concede a goal. You look like guys like Kivior, they've never been in this situation before. You look like Miles Kelly, never been in this situation before. Okay, like Saliba has been there with France. You look at those guys and you feel like, okay, like how do they react? Panic sets in, fear sets in, and then mistakes happen, and then a penalty, a red card. These are all possibilities. That's why I feel like Arsenal defending for their life from the first minute will absolutely be a mistake.
Troopz, any rebuttal in that sentiment?
I don't think we'll be as defensive as people think, because Arteta's a madman. He will do things that you won't expect. We could come out, the first 5 minutes, guns blazing. He might even just say, go on the front foot for the first 5 minutes, try nick a goal, unsettle the Bernabeu.
Yeah.
Let the fans turn on the players. Because you lot are trying to do this whole, we're going to show them a video for motivation. Like, blood,
closing the roof.
Closing the roof. Like, I have not seen so much put into a game before in my life, blood.
But this is life or death for us, Troopz. You have to understand the stakes.
I don't understand why. Like, you've been chasing games before in the second leg, but I'm not even just saying it because it's Arsenal involved. I have never seen so much media coverage, so much fans involvement, so much plans for the game pre-match.
Bro, I'll be honest. It is the romanticism associated with a comeback. It's been there forever with us.
But this is like, I remember like when you was a couple goals down to other teams and there wasn't like this much. Oh, we're going to do this in the crowd. We're going to do this. We're going to show them this video. We're going to do this. You're putting out all these little flipping montages. I'm like, yo, what the fuck's going on, bro? Like, this is Madrid, bro. These men supposed to be just, we're 3-0 down. We're going to the Bernabeu. We know we're capable. We'll see if they're on what we're on.
If anything, true.
More like, you're trying to get like more. You're trying to get the 12th man. Like, Madrid have never really seen that club to like need the 12th man. You understand? They just put on that Madrid shirt and the players just perform. You get
we
me?
need the fans more than ever.
Yeah, and it's because there's that bit of turmoil at Madrid at the moment.
This season has been absolutely
you could finish the season trophyless.
Yeah.
That is crazy, blood. Do you understand? That is, and I think that's why so much is being put on this game, because I think if you lot were to put your cards on the table, you know that Copa del Rey, Barca are gonna slap the shit out of you lot. Like,
you know it.
Like Flick just knows how to just like, he could be, you lot could take a 2-0 lead and Yamal would just
Farooq, you say this, right? See how the way Troopz is basically putting it out there. I mean, this is unfiltered, complete honest truth, which we speak about. I mean, big up Troopz now.
I mean, the unfortunate part is actually like, I can look at Troopz and be like, nah, bro, that's not the case. Like, that's the thing, honestly. We could be 2-0 up, 3-0 up, bro. And literally, Yamal's going to flip the switch and it's gone. And that's a sad thing, like, we expect Vinicius Jr. to be that guy. We expect Vini to be the guy that, like, 3-0.
I respect the no diplomacy, approach from Troopz.
That's the thing, like, even Mbappe, like, he, you know what I mean? In the Champions League, he hasn't had a moment yet for Madrid, blood.
He's not Cristiano, at least not yet. No.
Even Benzema, blood. You know what I mean?
Not even Benzema, yeah.
I mean, Benzi was licking down when Ronaldo left, he said, yo, you think we're done? Yo, we're not done, bro. Now you lot will see what I'm on. I've been on this, blood, yeah? Look, we're gonna, don't worry about that, blood. Don't worry about the suiting, blood. Yeah? I'm Benzi, bro. You understand? Like, Mbappe ain't had that. I don't know. Hopefully, it's
Troopz, do you see a lack of maturity also? Do you see a lack of maturity with these players? Like Mbappe, Vini.
Yeah, because you know what? Yeah, there's not like in previous years, you had like a lot of experienced players. You had a lot of men. Like now you like they obviously they're still experienced because I mean majority of the players have won 3 Champions Leagues. You understand? Minimum 2. You understand? Obviously, Jude's got the 1, but apart from Jude, they're minimum 2. They got 3, 4, 5 of them. But it is a young team. You don't have that cruise. Obviously, Modric's still there, but he don't start like week in, week out. You don't have like Sergio Ramos at the back. You know what I mean? That experience, like Carvajal's injured. You understand? You're missing your spine, your experienced players, blood. You get me? Whereas in previous years, you had like the Ramoses who never say die, the Carvajals who's fit and available, the Marcelos. You know what I mean? You had the Ronaldos up front, the Bales, the Benzemas. These men are OGs in this thing. Then you go in the midfield, Casemiro's. You had Cruz, Modric. Then you had the young G's, Camavinga and them man there. You get me? Now it's like I rate Camavinga as well, blood. You understand? I think
100% baller.
Thank the Lord, blood. You get me? Like
you got away with that one.
Bro. Fuck you, many, bro. Camavinga is the guy, blood. Yeah, Camavinga. Yeah, he is the guy, blood. Him and Valverde, that's the killers, blood. Yeah, Tchouaméni is just because his name sounds nice, blood. Yeah,
a bit too long.
Yeah, blood. Tchouaméni. Yeah, nah, bro. It's Camavinga, blood. Yeah, he sounds too raw, but that brother there, cold with it, blood. You get me? But I think you are missing experience.
Backbone, like you said, the spine of the team isn't the same anymore. But that just gets me into, it's a nice segue into, picking your brain about Arsenal's defensive doggedness. When people actually speak about Arsenal, they're very keen to point out that Arsenal's defensive shape and their defensive stubbornness isn't anything like, the new reskinned version of Simeone's setup. When Arsenal wants to defend, they defend as a solid block that barely lets anything leak. Do you agree to that? Do you think they're going to be that effective, especially in a hostile atmosphere like tomorrow?
I think if we can keep it 0-0 until halftime, then I think the defensive shape will be at another level in the second half. Because that confidence of keeping you out for 45 minutes, the Madristas in the crowd, all the white flags going around, all the mad thing, to be able to get through that. And it's going to be like, no matter how we start, you're going to start. You understand? We can start on the front foot, but you're going to start on the front foot. So the players have to be ready for a barrage of attacks, blood. You get me?
Guys like Odegaard has to step up.
Blood, we had 10 men in at the Emirates, blood. I need 11. Blood, the only reason we got through that is because the crowd replaced Odegaard, blood. You get me? That's
crazy.
Thing,
that's crazy. That's borderline violation.
Blood, the 12th man thing is real. The 12th man thing is real, blood. You get me? We the fans, we played that part last week, blood. We can't do it this week. It's Bernabeu. You have to turn up. You get me? These man, he needs to go in there and remember, blood. These man threw you out like a bad bee on a night out, blood. threw you out in the morning. No Uber. Get me? Go get the bus. Yeah. Go. The bus stops there. Yeah. 2-minute walk. Take a left. Bus stops there, blood. You get me? No Uber. None of that, blood. Yeah. None of that, bro. Make your own way home. You understand? You don't even get to brush your teeth, wash your eyes. You got dashed out with sleep all in your eyes and everything there. That's what Odegaard has to go to Madrid with that mentality, blood. These man just dashed me out late night, got what they wanted and said, 35 million. Yeah, take that. You understand? They didn't even put a buyback clause, blood. Yeah? Man always put a buyback clause. They said, buyback clause? Yeah. Nah, you lot can hold that, blood. We ain't coming back for that. We ain't, what we got here? We got Valverde, we got Camavinga, we got Chouameni. Man's gonna get
Troopz, deep in though. I mean, if you look at Odegaard, is he actually the definitive decisive player that a Champions League winning side can have on the pitch? I don't think so.
If you play him in his right position, which is 8, and not play him in the 10, it will work. You get me? But you have to play to his strengths as well. You get me?
Yeah. He's a bit of a luxury player, in my opinion.
Yeah, he is, and we don't really play to his strengths at this moment. Like we're not playing through him. Pause. You understand? He's not the conductor right now. Right now, it's get it wide. Get it back up. He's not the one dictating what's going on. Like you see, like when we had Ozil, Mesut would dictate everything. Would get it to Mesut and let Mesut and Santi do what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
Arteta's not that kind of manager where he's like, give it to Odegaard and let him do what he's doing.
It's super sterile when I watch Arsenal.
Say that again?
It's super sterile in the sense there isn't much dynamism.
There's no dynamism. There's none of that. It's just sideways tactical football.
Welcome to our world. We let the players do the talking.
I think it's been unfair to Odegaard. And you have to consider the fact what's happened, on his side. He plays with, with White and Saka. White and Saka has been both out injured this season. Even Odegaard himself has been out injured this season. So I kind of feel like that's the reason why we are not seeing anything from him this year. I don't know. Of course, you watch Arsenal more than I do. But I kind of feel like it's, I feel like reducing Odegaard to a luxurious player is it's pushing it a bit, man. Luxurious players are like James Rodriguez.
I really wanted him to succeed. He was my OG. He was my OG wonder kid, when he broke through the hype. I'm pretty sure Troopz remembers it from 2015. He was very sought after, but not so sure. He doesn't have the quality an Isco has. Simple as, in my opinion.
Yeah, he hasn't. I don't know if it's to do with the style of play, but he doesn't. Yeah. He don't seem the same player that he was 2 years ago.
When he had 15 assists or something.
15 goals.
15 goals. Yeah.
And no penalties. All open play. So
oh yeah.
And we've changed our style of play since then. So I don't know if that's got something to do with it, but he's definitely not himself.
Another thing, Troopz, quickly. Points dropped from winning positions. Last 2 seasons, 17 points. 16 points this season alone. Does that come into play? I know it's completely a different equation in the Champions League, but does that play in your mind at any point whatsoever?
We haven't been winning 3-0 and lost the lead. So this one's a bit different.
He has the receipts.
Real talk, blood. You get me? Look, Faruko took the mute off, blood, because he said, "Nah, I gotta salute that one, blood. That one was cold." You get me? That one was cold. All right, I see why they call you Troopz now, blood. You understand? Okay, I see now, blood. You get me? I see, blood. But it's true, You understand? We never been 3-0 up, blood, and then lost the lead, blood. You get me? So, it's this situation is a bit different, isn't it? Like it is a bit different, and I do believe we will score. I think that is what is going to get us over that line. Is that when we get that goal, that is going to be the boom, right? That's probably the only time that you'll hear the Bernabeu quiet.
Yeah,
that's when you'll hear the Arsenal fans.
100%. You would be able to hear Carlo chewing the gum up. I'll be very honest.
You'll see that eyebrow raised, blood. You understand?
But let me be very honest, Troopz. I know you as a neutral have followed our team at various points, at least in the Champions League over the years. But one goal goes in. No matter if Arsenal has the lead, if Arsenal score first and then we score a goal, I do think it's gonna be nervy times for Arsenal in a position they have never been before. I mean, we all saw how Arsenal handled the Allianz Arena last year. This is going to be 10 times worse, Troopz. Are you ready for it?
That was just 1-0 though. You get me? And we didn't go there with a lead. We were going drawing. So the mentality is completely different. This is a Madrid side that's not at its best right now. And I think we having that 3-0 lead, I think that's enough to get us through. You've never come back from a 3-0 lead as well. Don't forget.
No, never. You
know what I mean? So you get me?
It's possible, but we believe, man. Like, I mean, it's
not. No, it's
yeah.
I know I'm Mr. Back again. You get me? But there will not be no back again from you lot on Wednesday night, blood. You understand? Trust me on that one, blood. You get me?
If it happens, Troopz, I'm gonna DM you. You know, you should be there. You should be man enough to show
blood,
up.
you know me. I'll see you in the comments. I'll cuss you. And then I'll pick you up, blood. You know me, blood. I have to get the cuss first. You get me? I'll call you a pussy or something, and then I'll congratulate you. And then I'll stop the live, blood. You get me? Big man thing. Word for X, blood. End the stream, Dave.
Troopz is a real one. I'm gonna haunt him in his DMs. You know, I hope he is man enough to actually, say that we did the job, because this is something unprecedented, Troopz. You know, even for us, even for the mightiest team in the history of the Champions League, this is something that we have never done before. For me personally, Troopz, banter aside, chest aside, 1% chance. 1%. That's it.
Raw.
That's it.
One.
For me personally, I'm not sure about Farouk, but I'll be honest.
Your name's Farouk, bro. You better be moving like the acolytes, blood. You understand? You better be moving like the bro. You better come with that play. The dominator, blood. Let me dominate. Hey, don't fuck about, blood. You understand? You better rep your name, rude boy.
Bro, I'm come on, I have more than said. I think 15% is a good chance. I do.
15% is better than 1.
I know it's impossible. I know it's impossible, but we believe, man. If there is a chance, if there is a team that can do it, it's us. You know what I'm saying? And for me, the point is, if Vinicius turns up, even if Mbappe is sleeping in Paris, if Vinicius turns up, we win this game. Well, is it going to be enough? That's also another question. Because if we can get Arsenal to play like they played in 2022, the basketball, like the tennis game that they play, like, you know, we go, they go, we go, they go, we win this game hands down, 4-2. You know, like, so we win this game like 5-2, 6-2 kind of shit. But the problem now is that, like, with Arsenal, the way they play, it's, as you guys said, like, it's 80-something games, considering the max of 2 goals. So, like, that's going to be really, really difficult. That's why we definitely, absolutely need Vinicius Jr. to turn up. I definitely believe if Vini turns up, I think we stand a giant chance, as long as we don't concede at all. So this is the problem. I feel like if Arsenal attacks Real Madrid, they're going to score. Because Real Madrid has conceded an average of 3 goals in the last 4 games, bro. 3 goals. And when you look at the teams we've played, bro, like, they're like absolute shit.
Yeah, Valencia, I was like, the last minute winner, I said, whoa, blood.
Bro, it's crazy. You know, like, we played Valencia, Leganes, and those guys, and we're considering an average of 3 goals, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man.
Troopz isn't bringing the Brentford goal that they conceded into the equation that looked amateurish. Sunday League level defending, Troopz.
Brentford, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Yeah? I just felt the Brentford game was just. I think there was too many changes. You get me? There was too many.
Kivio, Saliba.
Kivio was fine. It was Saliba and Timber that lost their jewels. You get me? For the goal. So
yeah,
it was just a bit of sloppy defending, but I think because we was playing Brentford, like, and they know like Madrid is on Wednesday, their minds were more on the Madrid game. When we got that one goal, they thought, okay, cool, we're gonna stinky 1-0. Here we go. But Wisa done his thing. Wisa's a bad man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, 100%. So it feels like Partey is somewhat fit to start, right?
Yeah, he's fine. He's on the plane. He's fine. He's on his way.
Yeah. So you do think it's going to be the similar lineup?
It'll be the same lineup. It'll be the same 11 that started at the Emirates. We'll start tomorrow night, hands down.
One key player that you reckon is going to be the difference, at least for Arsenal.
Martinelli.
Ooh.
His pace on the break, be aware of that, blood.
Pretty direct as well. That's what I like about Martinelli. Super direct. He was a player that was supposed to do big things, 2-3 years ago. He has had a bit of a lull, but I think he has a point to prove.
Yeah, he definitely does, blood. He's had a poor he's had a poor 18 months, if we're being honest.
Injury ravaged as well, to an extent, right?
Yeah, a little, but he's the last 18 months he's been really fit. He's been there. He had that little injury this season, but he can rectify all of that if he can put the performance that he put in the first leg tomorrow, or be forgotten.
There you go. One Madrid player that you think might cause you the most trouble. I know you have a whole catalog of players to pick, but who will be that one difference maker in your opinion?
I think Jude.
I rate Jude. On Jude's name.
I rate Jude highly, and I get a lot of shit for that. Man, are like, oh, light skin.
I don't know why the UK man don't rate him high enough.
Nah, they're saying I defend him because it's a light skin thing. They're like, oh, you're light skin.
Oh, okay. That's mad, Troopz.
That's what they're trying to say, blood. Like, and then they're like, oh, because you chat to him. I'm like, bro, I don't chat to him like that. Like, I'm cool with him. Like, I've talked to him a couple times, but it's not like it's not like me and Abba. You get me? Where I can phone Abba and be like, yo, I can't phone Jude. I can DM him and then he'll reply, but I can't ring him like, yo, Jude, what? You get me? But I think Jude, I see the way he was talking in his press conference today. And I can feel the energy. Like, he was outshone by Declan Rice in that last game, blood. And I think he wants to show that he's the big dog in that England midfield. You get me? So because every time he's played against an English club, he's actually done well. This is the first time where he's just got annihilated. You get me? And that was down to Partey as well. You understand? And Timber. Timber had him on lock, blood. You get me? Because he tried to drift over to the left and he didn't know that, that's Timber over there, blood. You get me? That's not Mustafi.
It was a different setup. He was playing Ellen for most of the game.
Yeah, and it didn't benefit him. Obviously, Ancelotti's got to play his players. I think he's going to go very attacking, but I think Jude's one we got to watch out for.
Farouk, quickly, one Arsenal player you think is going to be a thorn in our side?
I think it's Rice. I think I just can look other than a player like Rice, because I think like Rice disrupts everything we're trying to do. Of course, like Troopz also mentioned Partey. Shout out to Partey as well. But I think Rice is the guy that's disrupting, literally not allowing Jude to get in his flow, and not allowing our midfielders to get in the flow. I do think Rice is the one player that, if we can try to get a better, if we can win the battle in the midfield, will provide a platform for the comeback.
100%. Final predictions, Troopz.
2-1 Madrid. Arsenal go through 4-2 on aggregate.
You'll take that, yeah? You'll yam it up.
I'll take that to the bank, blood. You get me? I'll take that to the bank, blood. Trust me.
Are you going to win the whole thing if you get past us?
I don't know. I don't know. PSG, Emery, even Emery, blood, because Emery could come back tonight. You still got Yamal. You still got Inzaghi's boys in there. There's still a lot of dangerous opponents in this Champions League. It's not a walk in the park. So going through tonight, even though you are knocking out Madrid, it sounds crazy, but it's not a guarantee to win.
But it'll be something super special, like
if we won it,
especially.
If we won it, no one I think it's one of the toughest runs that to win the Champions League. You get me? You got Madrid, then you got PSG or Villa, and then you got flipping probably Inter or Barca. And they got Yamal, they got Inzaghi. Yeah, it's a mad thing.
You'll be at least finally able to say something to Chelsea. You know,
yeah, fuck them, man. Pussy. Away, blood.
Had to bring it up. Had to bring them up. Farouk, quick predictions, bro. I'm not gonna take part, but you do your thing.
I want to say more, but I just feel like it's a 3-1, victory for Real Madrid, but unfortunately not enough still.
Really? Yeah. Okay. Fair play. So, no Madrid wins in the chat. Unfortunately, I do think that's going to be mostly the case. But Troopz, you should be on your toes. I'll just leave it at that for tomorrow night. But pick up your damn self, Troopz. It's an absolute pleasure. Once again, I have to repeat this. This has been in the pipeline for a long time. We tried last week. It didn't work out. But yeah, appreciate you coming on, Troopz. We didn't expect it to be so last minute, but I'm super glad that you actually found the time to come by.
Nah, come on, man. You get me? If you had hollered me earlier last week, we probably could have done it as well, blood.
Oh, yeah. It was a bit last minute. That's on me.
Yeah.
That's on me.
Nah, that's cool, though, man. You get me? We got it done anyway, man.
Yeah.
Big up, Troopz. Go check out his content. I need to shout out Troopz. I mean, he should shout us out, if anything. But but I hope this rivalry is here to stay, Troopz. I would love to have, Arsenal and us basically going head to head in the seasons coming up. I'm pretty sure post Arteta there is a team that has so much promise, so much to deliver. Arsenal and the fans can sometimes get dabbled in the noise sometimes from the UK football scene, but Arsenal is a team that is, I do believe, is a team that is here to stay. So onwards and upwards, especially for both of us. We need this win more than I think any other side remaining in the competition. But yeah, big up people in the chat as well. Go check out again Troopz TV, also back again as well. Links on the description below. I've tagged his channel as well. But until next time, hopefully we have a good night tomorrow and Troopz has a bit of a downer. I'm pretty sure he's man enough to take it. He has been through enough. Jokes aside, may the best team win. Hala Madrid.
Hala Madrid.
Up the gun.